Hello, my beautiful beings. It's Cecilia here at Ancient Healing Crystals. Today we're going to talk about money and magic and how you can manifest and use the law of attraction and use your own magnetic energy to bring more money to you. So let's get into it. Money is a huge topic that so many of us have so much resistance around. So much fear programming, so much scarcity, so much lack. All of these beliefs that we picked up either in childhood, through movies, shows, school. We saw the parents like all around us, adults around us freaking out about money. In our homes, in our families that we grew up in, maybe there was never enough for everything we wanted and needed, and there's different degrees of this, and so we all pick up different belief systems growing up, especially around money. There's a whole lot of fear, lack programming around it within our society, and there's nothing wrong with this. But if we want to live a life of true joy and abundance, these are programs that it's so important that we work through. It's so important that we make the decision for ourselves that we do not want to live in that scarcity and lack. And so manifesting money and like using magic to draw money towards you, it's not just like, I'm going to buy this citrine crystal because it's said to attract abundance, or I'm gonna blow cinnamon in my door on the first of the month because it'll bring me more money. That's great if those practices bring you into a higher vibe and they're fun and enjoyable for you. But if you don't get to the core root of your belief in lack and scarcity, you will never truly feel abundant, and therefore you will never truly draw in the abundance and live in the abundance that you desire. So it can feel so heavy. There is so much freaking fear around money. It can feel so heavy at first, but when I say it is worth diving into and doing the inner work around it and facing it head on and committing yourself to abundance, committing yourself to clearing out the money blocks, the fear, the programs, being committed to it is so worth it. I committed myself to it 3 years ago. It has been a journey. I have worked through shame, guilt, fear, like debt, all sorts of stuff. So much has come up on my journey. But now I feel the most abundant, the most joyous, the best I ever have in my entire life, because I grew up in a family, in like a home that was very lack mindset. And so money doesn't buy happiness. Your external doesn't create abundance internally. You have to do it from the other way around. You have to feel abundant to the core. And it's so important that you do this work, because we can go on this spiritual journey and we can, meditate and pray and all sorts of stuff. But if we're carrying all of these fears around scarcity, fears around money, all of these lack beliefs, this lack mindset, you're never going to fully be free in your life to fully enjoy and trust. So money is something that you need to just learn to trust in, learn to view differently, learn to work through old belief systems so you can take on new belief systems that serve you better. And those new belief systems, which are things you fully, truly believe in, if you can work through the old, let them go, and create new belief systems for yourself, what you believe you receive in this universe. What you believe you receive. This universe is energetic. Money is energy. If you can get behind and believe that money is always showing up for you, and you're believing that to your core, you're gonna feel good. And you can pick different belief systems that work for you with this too. You can believe that it always shows up somehow, some way. Belief system, if that feels really good for you and you fully believe in that, you're going to feel more and more and more abundant. But in order to get to that point, you need to work through and commit to working through the lack, the programming, all of that stuff. So I've got a few book recommendations. This is going to be a journey for you. And the best advice I can give you on this journey is listen to what feels like the next step for you. What feels like the most exciting, promising, abundant next step. And you're not going to just read one of these money books and instantly become a millionaire. Maybe you will, maybe you'll digest it, get it, switch your belief system, start a business that takes off. That's a possibility. I don't want to limit you by saying it's not going to happen immediately. But my journey, I'm speaking from my own experience. My journey has been a trail of breadcrumbs of different books, different lectures, different teachers, different courses. It's this trail of breadcrumbs that I've found to get to this point that has helped me really get to the core and identify so many different things. And I've needed all of these different books and teachers and different meditations and all of these things to come together for me to fully get it, because I had so much programming. And that might not be you, but for a lot of us, it probably is going to be a journey. So don't put pressure on yourself to get it right away. The best thing you can do is be open to the journey. Trust that you're being guided. Trust that next step and go for it. So I'm going to suggest a few books. If any of these feel like, ooh, that sounds really cool, that might be your next step. Follow that. Follow the breadcrumbs. There's a whole lot of programming we've all picked up. And in order to truly feel abundant to the core and allow money to come in and out with ease, money's a flow. It's an energetic flow. If you notice, it's always coming in and it's always going out on different things. And so it's learning to just enjoy the flow and feel abundant in the flow and feel really good about the flow, instead of being like, oh, I need more, too much is going out, like all of these different beliefs and lack that we've picked up. It's a process to get from that lack, scarcity, clinging to your money, fearing money. Money is your source, money is your God. It's a process to get from there to trusting in the flow, allowing for more to flow in. Once you really get to the core of your belief systems and clear them, you can make magic happen. So, making money is magic, but first you need to clear out all the beliefs that say that it isn't. And that's the trick. It's not about buying a citrine crystal that's for abundance and just being like, okay, where's my abundance? So it is magic, but you need to get to the core of you and your energy first. I have an entire course on this called Full Body Abundance. It's linked below. It is a 4-week course on how to dive deep into your money blocks, get that full body abundance, and start magnetizing your desires towards you. I go in depth with talks, ceremonies. There's a workbook, everything you need to know to do this deep inner work. And I'm also going to suggest some books now. Follow what feels good and decide you are ready for more. Those are the best 2 pieces of advice I can give you. Follow the next step, what feels good, and fully commit to abundance right here, right now. You're worthy of it. Your life will be so much better for it. You are not helping the world by keeping yourself small, by saying like, oh, I shouldn't have too much money, it's greedy, I shouldn't be thinking about money, it's not spiritual. It's part of the world we live in. You are not doing anybody, especially yourself, any favors by keeping yourself small. You deserve a whole bunch of resources to back you up, because I know you have big things to do in this world. And if you're blocking yourself off from money, which is an incredible, flowy, convenient resource, if you're blocking yourself off from that, you're not going to get to do the big things as easily. Maybe you will. I don't want to limit you once again, but having the ability to trust in money and call in money makes life easier. It's a whole lot easier to work through these money blocks than to just be fully believing in only miracles happening, which that's amazing too. That's a whole other topic. But working through money blocks is, at its core, getting you to believe in your abundance, your truth of who you are, which is abundance, and then allowing it to come in with ease and fun and joy. I've been making money consistently through my business for the last few weeks. It's gotten me a few years to get here. I've been manifesting money in other ways to support me. I've been using credit cards to support me while I'm working on all of this stuff. I've been working through shame about debt and credit and all of that. Now I'm paying them off. I'm manifesting money through my business. And let me tell you, every single dollar that comes in, it's so much fun. It feels so good. I feel so abundant. It comes in, I invest it in different things. I spend it on different things. It goes out. It feels so good. It feels so good to pay bills. I feel so good. I feel abundant to the core. And I still have money blocks and fears to work through, but I've gotten to the core of it, and now I'm going to work through it in such a fun way. And I feel confident and good about sharing this journey with others because I know it works. I can see it in my own life, and it's so worth it. And everyone on this planet deserves infinite abundance, because guess what? Money's just energy. You're not taking away from anyone when you have a lot of money. It's literally just numbers on the screen at this point. It is infinite. Money is infinite. So why can't you have more than enough? You are not helping anyone by keeping yourself small. You are not able to fully reach your full potential if you're holding on to these beliefs of unworthiness or lack or who am I to do that or anything like that. You're not actually going to help in this world to your full potential. And so that is one of the reasons why it's so important to get to the core. Decide you're worthy, decide you're ready, make that decision right now. I'm all in on my abundance. Say it with me. I am all in on my abundance. This is meaningful to me. This is meaningful to the world. To me at first, it seemed like, oh, I don't want to be greedy. That's not that spiritual, These were beliefs I had at first, and that was programming, because I can say now that I've worked through so much over the last few years, so many money beliefs and fears that were not serving me. I feel so much lighter in my body. I'm not worrying and stressing about bills. I'm not worrying and stressing about food. I'm not worrying and stressing about the future. I'm able to be present and say, okay, what is my mission today? I'm able to create from the space of presence and clarity, because I'm not managing money and trying to control the flow in my head constantly and planning and all of these things that we're taught that we need to do, which actually restrict the flow. So I can say, it's, even if you don't have a goal of like $1 million, you don't want to be a millionaire, it's still so important to do this work to be able to fully be present and show up for your life. because there is so much programming in our society, and likely in your family or in many, many families, around scarcity and lack. And if you are living in scarcity and lack, you cannot show up fully for your life. You can't show up as this fully abundant being that's ready to give from this beautiful space of there's more than enough for everyone. There's going to be competition in your mind. There's going to be fear of the future. There's going to be doing things that you don't want to do because you think you have to for money. There's going to be thinking that you're depending on people that you don't want to depend on because you're afraid that you can't do it on your own. There's all sorts of different things that can happen, and it is up to you. Nobody else. Not parents, not friends, not a partner, not the government, not anyone else but you. No one else but you can feel abundant to the core. You have to work on these things. You have to. And you clicked on this video for a reason. So I've got that course. It's so good. It goes in depth into everything you need to know to work through these blocks. And then I've also got some books suggestions. So these are the books. Follow what feels right, what feels exciting, what feels good to you. That is the best advice I can offer you. It might be a journey, but just take the next step. Take the next step. So, A Happy Pocket Full of Money, Infinite Wealth and Abundance in the Here and Now. This is an amazing book that talks about quantum physics. It's a spiritual money book. It's a beautiful read. I actually had it on my phone. I was reading it on my phone, and I got a paper copy because I want to be able to flip open and read. It's got some really, really good stuff. It goes into quantum physics and how everything's energy and how to really tune into that abundance. There's so much good stuff. Let's read like one little thing. Let's see. To the extent that your thoughts are not conscious, deliberate, and focused on any topic of life, you will be affected by the outcome of the thoughts of other people. And to the extent that your thoughts are clear, focused, and non-contradictory, your results will be sped up. A few people are able to perform what many people call miracles simply by thinking strongly and in a focused way about only one thing. So this is just like a really beautiful book on manifesting, visualizing, quantum physics, becoming that energy of abundance. So highly, highly recommend. It's beautiful. It's a fun read. So it is by David Cameron Gikondi. So there's that one. This is one that I'm currently reading. I'm only halfway through. I am enjoying this, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. It is a spiritual money book. This one is definitely more in that masculine energy. So it's not my favorite money book I've ever read, but he talks about how we all grow up hearing things, and that creates our money blueprint for our life. And so if you have a money blueprint of poverty because you grew up in poverty, unless you change that on the inside, do the inner work, you're going to continue to create that cycle for yourself. So this one really talks about how our mindset and our thoughts create our abundance and our financial reality. So have you ever wondered why some people seem to get rich easily while others are destined for a life of financial struggle? Give me 5 minutes and I can predict your financial future for the rest of your life. It's based on your money and success blueprint, your subconscious thinking. So that's what this one's about. It's definitely more of that masculine energy. If you're a man, you might like this book. I enjoy it. It's a fun read. It's not my favorite. I will tell you my favorite money book ever right now, Rich as Fuck by Amanda Frances. Favorite money book. It is a gold mine for identifying limiting beliefs around money. She has been by far my favorite money teacher that I've found. It just makes so much sense to me. I would have never picked up a book called Rich as Fuck. It's not my vibe exactly. But if you go and read her book, she really has figured out the energy of money, the belief systems around it. I have learned so much from her. It is a gold mine. So if you're already kind of on this money path and you want to take it to the next level, I highly recommend that book. If you don't really know if money's like energy yet, if you're still kind of questioning it, it might be like a little too straightforward for you. Like A Happy Pocket Full of Money might be like a more of an intro because it explains the quantum physics behind it a little bit better. Rich as Fuck is like if you are ready to just be blown away and realize like, whoa, there's a lot of limiting beliefs that I've got there. It's a gold mine for that. Really, really great book. And Rich as Fuck by Amanda Frances, she started out with basically like living on student loans. She had like hundreds of thousands in debt, and now she's a multimillionaire, and she did it this way. The energetic way, the truly abundant to the core way. Also, if you are absolutely shit terrified, you don't even know where to start, you have no clue what to do, my course is amazing. But also, if you're not ready to invest in something like a course, the book It's Not Your Money by Tasha Silver, I don't have the physical copy here, It's Not Your Money by Tasha Silver, another favorite money book. If you are just terrified, this topic freaks you out so much you don't even know where to start, It's Not Your Money is an 8-week program in a book by Tasha Silver of prayer, opening up to divine guidance, opening up to the possibility that money's energy, and beginning to clear out the old. So that is a great book program in one. Highly recommend that. There is prayer involved. It's not religious, but it is learning to say like, hey, universe, God, whatever you believe in, help me. I don't know what I'm doing. So that is definitely highly, highly recommend. That is one of my other favorite money books. I used it when I was like terrified and I was like, what am I doing? It helped me so much. So those are my book recommendations as far as money goes. I'm trying to think if there are any others. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is also a great money book that I really enjoyed. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He does it the spiritual way too, but that one is very practical and logical. If you're not quite into the like energy stuff just yet, if you don't quite buy into it just yet, Rich Dad, Poor Dad explains in a really, really straightforward way why some people are like how rich people think and poor people think, basically. And there is spirituality in that book. He does talk about how important it is connecting to this cosmic force so that you can feel greater than the world's problems, like tapping into it and listening to guidance. He does talk about that, but overall, that is the most like practical money book that I've read, and it was actually a really, really good one. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad's my other recommendation. So if you take anything from this video, follow the next step and decide that abundance is for you, and decide you're gonna do it. It doesn't matter if your partner's not on board, doesn't matter if your friends are not on board, it doesn't matter. Your financial reality and how abundant you feel in life is entirely up to you. So you have to decide right now if you're going to make it happen for yourself. And if you are, decide that and maybe take one of the suggestions I offered. If any of those books sounded like, ooh, that sounds interesting, get it, trust it. That investment in that $7 book or whatever can pay itself off like 1,000,000 times over. My course, it's an investment. If you invest in something like that, do it with the intention of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make it happen, I'm going to take this seriously, I'm not messing around anymore. I hear my husband opening the door, so I think I'm gonna get going. But thank you guys so much. Do it with intention, decide you're ready, and just be open to the next step. What feels the most exciting? What is lighting you up? That's your next step. You've got this. If I can do it, you can do it. We've all got this. We're doing it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.